Good evening and thank you for joining us. Carly, Bobcats have kind of come out of the gate flying so far this season.
They have. I told the Colonel this morning on the side of the gloves are off, I'll knock on wood, but an undefeated preseason and plenty of goals to go around, which is never a... that's never a problem that you really mind having, I suppose.
Can't score too much, that's for sure. Shauna, kind of dismal day out there, though, in the weather.
Wasn't it, though? It was really cold, and it felt, shall I say, like fall, but there still is some summer weather coming our way later on this week. But as we take a look currently across the region, we're sitting at a very cool 15 degrees with some scattered showers. How does that compare to the Lakeland and Battlefords? Lots of clouds in those areas, a little warmer. And with all this cloud cover, is there any rain coming our way? I'll have your full weather forecast coming up a little later on.
Lloydminster RCMP are hoping someone might have additional information about a break-in at Boundry RV in July. Police say 3 people entered the compound sometime between 11 p.m. and midnight Thursday, July 25th. Broke into several trailers and stole 2 televisions valued at $500 each. If you have any information about this crime, please contact the Lloydminster Detachment, or you can also contact anonymously Crime Stoppers. When an emergency or natural disaster strikes, time is of the essence. To bring news and updates faster to residents, the Alberta Emergency Alert system is switching to digital. As Kathy Lee reports, social media now plays a large part in getting that information out.
Looking at what the windstorm did to the SPCA building over a month ago, Jennifer Anderson says at that time, many like herself had no clue what was going on.
I think everybody that night was looking towards the sky and wondering what was going on, wondering what was coming at us, was something coming at us. It was just a really unnerving feeling.
When wildfire threatens.
In an effort to improve Alberta's emergency alert system, social media has now been added to provide residents with more ways to access information.
The new system enables users to issue a range of alerts to allow Albertans to be aware and be prepared in the event of an emergency or disaster.
We punch it into the system and it goes to NewCap, it goes to all the other media.
It's a government initiative that partners with municipalities to get updates and alerts out through Facebook and Twitter feeds.
They have alerts that can go out to the public in as many different ways. As the public is linked into them, the public can also receive their information going out.
In the event of an emergency or natural disaster, Manners says the city would log on to the Alberta Emergency Alert site and send an update.
We would be in touch with Environment Canada to make sure that we had the correct information from our perspective. And from there, we would see how that's going to affect locally, and we would determine whether it would be an information alert or a critical alert.
Critical alert would be an immediate warning, say, for example, a flash flood. An information alert in the area of a potential flood would be a slower moving flood.
To access the alerts, residents can log on to the same website and subscribe to any of the social medias.
If there was an emergency or an information alert published right now, it would show on the webpage and it would show exactly where it was located and what was happening there.
An improvement, Anderson says, is crucial for allowing residents to be more prepared for a next time.
Facebook, we're always on that, and we're always on Twitter as well. So to be able to get updates and know what's going on with the weather, which will affect the state of our shelter here, is super important.
Kathy Lee, NewCap News.
Starting tomorrow, Edmonton Public Schools will be junk food free zones. They've been phasing this concept into action over the last few years with positive feedback from parents and students. Jack Haskins explores how the school divisions in Lloydminster promote healthy eating to their students.
It wasn't easy, but schools in Edmonton have now phased out junk food from their cafeterias. This has been an ongoing process, and the students are starting to buy into the system.
And there really wasn't very much of a backlash, because when you interview students, they know what is good for them. And this is not a huge societal change. We've been doing this for a lot of years through media, through conversations and billboards about healthy lifestyle.
The schools in Lloydminster have taken a slightly different approach for now. The high school cafeterias offer students quality food choices as well as the less healthy treats.
And we want basically to teach students at a young age that there are choices that they can make that are healthy, that are easy to make, and really will be supportive of the needs they have physically as well as mentally.
The phasing in of products like salad and veggie trays is picking up steam in popularity.
This is our 5th year, and over the years we've been trying to phase in more and more healthy food. We now offer like fruit bowls and veggie dishes and we're finding that the kids are starting to lean more towards the wise choices and the healthy choices.
The Lloydminster Catholic School Division is also pushing towards a healthier future for their students. They start educating their youngsters about nutrition in elementary school.
Well, nutrition, you know, we all have to eat, and it's lifelong learning, so there's no better place than to start right at school when they're young to teach them about healthy eating and the Canada Food Guide and foods to choose most often versus least often.
So while the school divisions in Lloydminster don't quite have a junk food free zone established right now, it could very well be a possibility in the future.
I admire their courage. Certainly I think it'd be a challenge, and particularly at the high school level, and we know that certainly we spent 9.5 years, I feel like, educating kids that they should be making positive choices, and served as a role model, and I think that's certainly a topic that should perhaps be discussed with our students and our staff at the high school level.
Jack Haskins, Newcap News.
A national tour rolling its way across Canada is making a stop in Lloydminster. It's called Portraits of Honour, and it's hoping to impact Canadians from coast to coast. The trailer has already arrived here in the border city. However, it isn't scheduled to make a public appearance until tomorrow.
This truck is what the mural is attached to. It's going to unfold into a stage tomorrow, and we're so excited to see it.
The mural stretches 10 feet tall by 40 feet wide and features the faces of the 156 Canadian soldiers, sailors, and aircrew who lost their lives in Afghanistan. The tour is a joint initiative between the artist Dave Sofa, Kin Canada, and the Kin Foundation.
The purpose of this tour is to bring a lot of support and recognition and to honor our troops here in Canada.
The truck and trailer will be at the north parking lot at Bud Miller Park tomorrow afternoon from 3 until 8. A family barbecue is scheduled during that same time, and a special ceremony will also be taking place at 7 o'clock tomorrow evening.